Hey guys, Kieran Boll here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the auto report counter that I've written. So, when you get onto the forum post, you'll be able to find the area where the code is. Click Show to find the code. This code has been minified down to one line for your convenience. Simply copy the code. Now navigate to your Reports tab. If you're not currently on your Reports tab and you run the code will redirect you to the Reports tab, which I will demonstrate. Let's just assume we're on the home page, for example. On your browser, you need to open up the developers console, which is typically done by pressing F12. In here, you can paste the code and run it. And of course, because I'm on the wrong page, it's going to redirect me. And now I'm back on the reports page. As you can see, I've got a few reports. Too many for me to bother counting by hand, right? Once again, I paste the code in. It will now start highlighting the reports that have been accepted and denied. I can now close out of the console because we don't need it anymore. We can see I've done 31 reports, with 25 being accepted and 6 denied. We can verify this by, let's say, opening this one up for InLogix, whatever this person's username is, and see that Scottian did indeed accept my report. And this one by nmarkup, we can see that the report was indeed denied. So it is accurate, and yeah. So that is how you use it. It's incredibly simple. I will now be recording a part for explaining how the code works for those who are curious or paranoid about it. So as promised, here's a rundown of the code. What you see in front of you is the minified version of the code. This is of course to make it easier to copy and paste in browsers, as well as making it one long line. If we unminify it using tools online that are very easy to use, we can see it looks a little bit more like code that a human can read. However, I of course have the source code that I've written, which is a lot easier to read. So I'll go through this line by line so you can see what's happening and how it works. Just got some variables defined up here for the URLs. It checks if we're not currently on the ticket URL and takes us to the ticket URL if that is the case. Some more blank things to be defined. The header, that is the header on the top of the page that we're going to be overriding, that tells us how many reports we have. Rows, this gets the data table and gets all of the rows that are in it. That is all of your reports that you've made. We then loop through all of those rows. On each row I find the children, so those are each of the columns, and the 0th column, which is the first one you see, is the report ID, so I grab the text of that. And then I also grab the element next to it, which is the one that's going to highlight. Then on the header, I make the header bigger, give it a different background color, and I just simply write that it's querying. Then we loop over every single report that you've made, and then for every single report we make an asynchronous request to the report URL, which is dashboard account ticket, and plug in the report ID. The AJAX request gets all of the data from that URL. We then use some regex to only get the replies from that URL, so we're sorting through less data. Then using some simple start and ends of text, we can find out the username of the person that accepted or denied the report. We then check if the response contains the word report accepted, the word accepted misspelt, and it does not contain the word denied. If that criteria is matched, so the word report is in there, then either accepted or accepted spelt incorrectly, and the word denied is not in there, we then push to our yes array, set the background color of that row to be green, and then we append accepted by and the username. Likewise, if it fails to be, if it's a denied report, push it to our no column, our no array, set the background color to red, and push that it was denied by the name. And then we call our rebuild function, and the rebuild function simply rebuilds the tally, telling how many yeses you have and how many no's you have. And that's basically it.